Thank you for the opportunity to come in and talk about your backup challenges. What I'd like to do is talk about the challenges that many of our customers are facing today, and then specifically talk about how EMC is addressing these challenges. EMC commissioned a study from IDC in May of 2009, and in this study, we see a 5x growth in primary data over the next 4 years. The impact of this growth is dramatic when it comes to backup, because as we do repeated weekly fulls, monthly fulls, and annual backups, backup data typically represents a 30x increase over the amount of production data. What this is doing is driving up backup costs, and it's also increasing our risk and reducing our reliability as we continue our dependence on tape. In addition to data growth, we're seeing virtualization really taking off as a trend for the modern data center. The benefits of virtualization are obvious: consolidating multiple physical servers into fewer servers that have higher utilization. But some of the challenges associated with VMware, or virtualization in general, are around the backup space. One of the challenges is called VM sprawl. It's so easy to create virtual machines that a lot of times these are created for test and development environments and then put in production without a real backup policy in place. In addition, one of the big benefits of virtualization, sharing more physical resources, reduces the available bandwidth for backup. Using conventional backup and recovery methods, we're moving as much as 200% of our data on a weekly basis. Again, really straining the limited resources that are available. Finally, there's a trend called next generation virtual data center, sometimes known as cloud computing or IT as a service, where we're taking the benefits of virtualization, the flexibility and the reliability, and we're allowing better application availability out of this. Well, this new model drops backup windows in addition, gives us smaller and smaller recovery point and time objectives for our applications. So with all these challenges, we're really stressing conventional backup and recovery methods. So what I'd like to do now is show you how EMC solutions can transform your backup environment. Let's talk about conventional backup. Let's take a typical customer, such as yourself, have some file servers, have some email and database in the environment, all being backed up through a backup server or media servers, writing to tape. We then eject that tape and take that off-site for disaster recovery. This particular environment gives us a recovery point objective of over 24 hours, because we can typically only get the data off-site once a day, and a recovery time objective of 2x, the backup window, using full backups on tape, to as much as 4x, the backup window, using incremental methods. In the new data center model, we have the same applications now virtualized, and we're going to introduce deduplication. As a means of providing a better backup and recovery strategy. Deduplication leverages backup to disk, providing improved reliability over tape. By finding common repeated backup bits of data and eliminating that common data, most customers will achieve 90 to as much as a 99% reduction in the amount of data in their backup environment. In addition, we can leverage replication to get that data off-site in a more efficient manner. There are two ways that we can provide deduplication. The first is target, represented by our data domain technology. And the benefits of the target deduplication is that we can leverage the existing backup environment and processes that are already in place today. So it's non-disruptive to our backup operations. In addition, we're gaining the flexibility of multiple protocols and the reliability of disk in the backup environment. The second technique for deduplication is source deduplication, represented by our Avamar technology. With source deduplication, we push the deduplication process right to the servers where the data is stored. And we're able to, in this method, only move the changed blocks of data to the backup to disk appliances. In this case, we're able to dramatically reduce the backup window. Taking backups that typically take several hours down to minutes, we're also able to dramatically reduce the bandwidth required as there's less and less data that needs to move across the backup environment, backup infrastructure. Now I'd like to talk about the benefits of both kinds of deduplication technology. Let's look at conventional. If we assume the cost of conventional backup is X, you see it comprised of tapes and tape drives, tape libraries, and maintenance, off-site management costs and storage, shipping and handling costs, the people cost of backup. Our customers are asking us for better recoverability, the ability to take recovery points down below 24 hours, and of course upgrades associated with the 5x increase in the amount of production data. Now let's look at transformational backup using EMC technology. And let's call that cost Y. Here, we're looking at the cost of acquisition. And if we compare the total cost of ownership between conventional backup and transformational backup over a 3-year life, we'll see that conventional backups will cost more than the transformational backup. So this is our number one benefit of deduplication technology is a better total cost of ownership. Aside from the cost benefits, let's look at some of the other benefits of deduplication. The first is recovery point objectives of less than 24 hours, as we now have the ability to do backups during the day. The next is recovery time objectives that go from days down to hours, or in some cases even minutes. The third is replication. As we're able to leverage just the change blocks of data being moved across the network using existing network pipes. And finally, we're able to reduce complexity by bringing more automation to the backup process. I appreciate the opportunity today to talk about your backup challenges. I hope you feel this makes sense, as many of our customers do. What I'd like to do now is just ask 5 basic questions to help us get that conversation started so we can build that custom solution for you. Thank you.